Delighted to be joined by our good friend Tommy, the Governor Hyde, fighting back in Cork this weekend in what is going to be a cracking night at the Parochial Hall. Tommy, how are you, sir? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I'm great, Rory. Thanks for having me on again, boys. Thought it was good talking to you.
Yeah, and it's always great to have you on, buddy. Tell me, like I think the last time we talked, you were saying you were never going to fight in Ireland again because of a row with the BUI. Has that been, it's obviously been cleared up if you're fighting back in Cork. Can you talk us through the process of how you've gotten about back in Cork again, Tommy?
It's a long story, but it's actually not with the BUA. We've another commission coming in, so we were able to work our way around that. So thankfully, I'm able to fight back home again, and I'm looking forward to putting on a show in front of my home my home people, my friends and family back home. It's a dream come true for me. This is what I want to be doing, is having big nights in Cork, and this is the start of a lot more shows for me, fighting in Cork and headlining in Cork and bringing big nights to Cork.
Because I remember how upset you were at the prospect of never being able to fight in Cork again. So to be able to get, I suppose, a workaround and get another commission to come in and sanction the bout must have been a massive relief for you.
Yeah, 100%. My dad is doing the show, so like anyone that knows my dad knows he'll find his way to make things happen. So where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. And there was plenty of will to to make this happen. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm a pro Cork man, so I want to be fighting at home. I love being at home and love fighting here and the support here. We're a great sporting city, so it's great to be part of this event now and headlining as well. It's a great honor for me.
Yeah, it's been what, 2 years, I think, since you fought in the Parochial Hall.
Yeah.
The atmosphere that night back in October of 23 was just incredible. I mean, like I've never heard an atmosphere like that for a fight in Cork. It was just incredible. I suppose it's a testament to the support you have first off, but also I suppose Cork fans just wanting to see boxing in Cork.
Yeah, as I said, it's a great sporting city. So it's we've been starved of boxing and big boxing. So hopefully we can bring plenty of big nights now back to Cork, and make this a regular thing. I think there was two shows that year, and there's been nothing now since for 2 years. So for over 2 years. So this is the start now of resurgence of Cork boxing, professional boxing in Cork, and hopefully we can bring plenty of big nights here now, and it's going to keep growing all the time as my career progresses. Hopefully, the nights and events here progress with that, and start bringing big titles back to Cork and defending them titles, and just bringing big fights and big nights back to Leeside.
100%. I think this is what, fight 14 in the space of 3 years since you turned
Yeah.
pro. You've kept very busy, Tommy.
Yeah, I've been busy. This my fourth fight this year. We were actually I've had like four fights cancelled as well on top of that, so I would have been extra busy. But it's I'm lucky to be able to do that. I live in the gym. I'm always in the gym, always training, so I'm always ready to fight. I fought my first fight this year was in April in Australia, and in Melbourne, Australia, and I've been in the gym since that. So I'm raring to go all the time, and especially now for this one, there's an extra little G up for training and extra motivation to fight at home again. And training has been great for this fight, and I've put in a great training camp, got some great sparring, and I'm ready to go on out for Saturday.
You've been training in the UK, Tommy, have you?
Yeah, I've been based in Manchester now for just over a year, about 14 months at the minute now. Loving it
So,
over there.
yeah, must be home away from home at this point, I'd say, is it?
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm in Manchester Monday to Friday, and then I'm still getting back to Cork at the weekend. So handy 50-minute flight there. So it's grand and handy. I love it. I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm training very hard over there, and then doing the odd shift at home in the bar then on the Sunday. So it's keeping me grounded too, and then I'm doing two things that I love as well. Then
Are people surprised to see you when you walk into the bar and you're behind the bar, like pulling pints, and they're like, what's Tommy doing here? All right, as if we're just
uh,
used to it now at this point.
I think they're used to it. They don't really know where I'm going to be week to week. I don't know where I'm going to be myself. So I always love traveling as well. Like so, no, it's great to be able to do what I'm doing. I'm doing what I love, and I'm very lucky to be able to do it.
Yeah, it's Paul Valenzuela, I think it is you're fighting this weekend, Tommy.
Yeah, yeah.
What's he
Paul
like? Do you know much
Valenzuela
about him?
from I do. Yeah, he's fought some of the top fellas in my weight. He's been in his last fight there. He fought a double Olympic champion from Cuba, Arlen Lopez, who's I've watched him growing up. He was an unbelievable amateur, and he won a couple of rounds off him. So Valenzuela is going to be tough. He's going to be a tough night. it's going to be tough night's work, and it's just up to me to bring my A game and make it an easier night's work. As I said, I've trained very hard, so I'm very confident in putting in a great performance for everyone at home. And it's I'm looking to make a statement here now with this one, because he's been in with some of the best at the weight, and he's won rounds off him or gave him trouble, and I'm hoping to have a dominant performance, and planning on having a dominant performance against this fella, and hopefully he doesn't lay a glove on me.
Yeah, I don't think he will. Seen you fight now, you're a terrifying prospect. But this is your last fight at 8 rounds, Tommy. You were telling the Echo, and it's up to 10 rounds then after this.
Yeah, well, we were hoping to get this one for 10 rounds, but look, it's the first one of Cork, so it's just get this show done and make sure everything goes right. Make sure everyone has a good night and say, oh, geez, that was a great night. We can't wait for the next one. And then we're going up to 10 rounds next year and chasing titles then as well with that.
Yeah, so who do you have your eye on? Whose titles do you want?
Everyone, I don't really know. I wouldn't name anyone, but fight everyone and anyone that has a title. That's what I want is titles. I want international titles and ranking titles. Get me, get my world ranking and top 15 in the world, and then push on from there to European titles, and then eventually world titles in the next couple of years.
That'd be fantastic, man. That'd be fantastic. Like we've been talking for like the last couple of years, and like you've obviously had a lot of fights since then. How do you think you've evolved as a fighter, stylistically, I suppose, and even kind of mindset wise over the last couple of years?
I'm just maturing. I'm maturing as a person, and I'm maturing as a boxer. I'm getting a lot of experience with different sparring partners and different fights. My fights, I wasn't actually too happy with my last two performances, but I've had a lot of challenges outside the ring and inside the ring in those last two fights, and I had to overcome a lot of adversity there. And I think that's helping me evolve as a boxer and make me become a better boxer. And then on top of that, I'm training very, very hard. Well, the training we were doing in Manchester is mental. It's
Mm.
a great training. And my trainer, Lee Baird, he's he's an unbelievable coach, and I've been around boxing all my life, and I've never met someone with an eye for boxing like this fella, and a brain for boxing. He knows his stuff, and he's put his confidence in me, and he's put a lot of belief into me, and he's making me become a better boxer every day, really. And we're going to be winning big titles in the next couple of years. I'm looking forward to giving him the big titles that he deserves, because he's a fantastic coach.
What was it about your last two fights that you didn't like, and I suppose how have you improved on those aspects here again?
Well, the first one in Spain, it was like by the time the way the show worked out, I was the last fight. And that was like 2:30 in the morning in Spain, and it was like 35-degree heat in Valencia. They were going through a heat wave, so there was just that was obviously very difficult. And I had to be in the arena 9:30, so I was warming up, and then I'm putting ice bags of ice on my head and my chest to try to keep me cool. So that was fairly challenging. So I remember walking out to the fight being like, Jesus, just get this over and done with now and just get the win. That was the main thing. So I didn't even care if I looked good in that, but I still won every round really. And it was a tough game opponent from Brazil, so
Yeah.
he was a bit more used to the heat than I was. And then the last one was in Boston. He was a world title challenger, but to be honest, it was a mess of a fight. He was running around the ring for 4 or 5 rounds, and then when he started getting tired, he was throwing himself on the floor, and the referee then wasn't doing her job really. She had no authority in the ring. I don't think she refereed many fights, and she was kind of laughing with him, and it was like, are they taking the piss out of me? Oh, I heard they were kind of laughing with each other, and then I'm like, what's going on? But I closed the show well. I dropped him twice in the last 2 rounds,
Mm.
and won then on points. But it wasn't my most exciting performance by no means. But
Yeah, Tommy, I suppose, look, the card on Saturday night, look, there's a good couple of Cork fighters fighting, which is obviously going to help with the atmosphere as well. Pa Lehane's a big name in the MMA world, so see him make his professional boxing debut in Cork is class.
yeah, there's some great names on it. And BB Long there, BB's just fought Brian Long, the bone breaker Long. He just fought 2 fights in Boston, and he's after he's after making a name for himself on the Muay Thai scene, and then comes over to boxing, and he's after winning an Irish intermediate title, and which was brilliant. And then, as you said, Pa Lehane, Pa's done big things in the MMA world. And Alan Phelan, former Celtic champion, he's coming back after a couple of years break, and he's a tough opponent as well. So it's going to be a great buzz, and all our own supporters are going to be shouting for each other. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
We're all going to be driving each other on, and it's going to be great. And I really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. It's great to hear. It should be an absolutely cracking night at the Parochial Hall this coming Saturday night. Might be one or two tickets left, Tommy, but people want to get down to Hannibals quickly if they want to get them.
That's it, yeah. The tickets are flying, to be fair. I've got great support, and no doubt the lads have all got great support that ran the show as well. It's going to be a great night, and I'm really looking forward to it, and looking forward to everyone leaving with a great night and a smile on their face. That's the main thing.
Tommy, not going to wish you luck because I never do because you'd never need it. Can't wait to see how you get on Saturday night and can't wait to hear all about you win afterwards.
Thanks very much, Rory. I appreciate it. Bye.